Good morning. I come to you with my shirt inside out, which I didn't realize until just this second. I can't fix it on camera. Then they'll claim that that I'm thirst trapping for views. How did that happen? All right. Today, I want to have a conversation about this concept of trying to put your product in better context with the prospect. And some people might call this personalization. I don't know what that means anymore. But I think it's fundamentally missing something, which is that is still a you mindset. That is still about why you. The beauty of generative AI is that for every prospect with the right amount of research in the proper steps, you can contextualize their problem. And that is not a personalization variable. The whole message is written by AI. You also can connect disparate parts of value from the internet and bring it to them with AI. That is to say, if you run a company that does event management for restaurants, I chatted with, basically they help manage the restaurant's event page. They could build a workflow that goes and finds the biggest upcoming conference in the city, goes and finds the manager of that conference, sends an email to them about restaurants that have the most space available today, and just gets them to say, yes, I would love introductions, and then reaches out to the restaurants and says, I have someone that's running this huge conference, and they want to be able to send people your way to book your space. That's value. That's programmatic value that you can provide. And the restaurant owner could do that, but they're never going to do it. It's not their job. But you can build this programmatically. That's one example of doing this. But there's another here, which is where sometimes you can't provide value ahead of time because of the nature of your product, etc. But what you can do is take in information about their context. And sometimes that's from historical jobs. Sometimes that's from their website. You need data about what's going on at the company now. PR, we've done this for 10Ks and 10Qs. You need to ingest a lot of information, and the AI models can go find it, and it's pretty good, actually. Once you have that information about specific things that they care about, then you can contextualize their problem relative to your solution. And that's where this is going. I think that the complex workflows of stuff that I build, I don't know that many people will be able to build that, but I do think that being able to contextualize a problem, and by the way, the models aren't smart enough to do this. They just really, 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 really need your input. And this is why the AI SDR, even if I, was paid $1 trillion to help build that thing, not that I think so highly of myself, but if someone gave me money and resources to build it, I think even all of the prompt chaining in the world with the right context makes this really hard because the models inch away from truth every time, and you have to keep bringing them back with your knowledge of the world. And so I want to encourage you at low scale to do your research. And this is not about automation. It's not about Clay. It's not about any of this stuff. But if you do your research at low scale, you start to understand how the market presents a problem, the inverse of what you're doing, which is essentially that articulation of that problem in the market, where information exists, and how you should position against that information for the prospect. Now, this is, of course, what great AEs do, but you can now do it at scale, but you can't do it if you don't develop intuition. And to have great intuition, you need to know where the problem exists, how it exists, and how it shows up in the world. So that is my plea to you, founders and SDR leaders, to spend time with the data. Don't I am obsessed with this quote, which is, "We shape our tools, and thereafter our tools shape us." Stop thinking about sequences. Stop thinking about your sales engagement platform. Stop thinking about the tracks on which the train runs. Think about what is inside that train and how can you deliver it to its end destination, and how will the people that receive that cargo be delighted to see it. And if we think about that, then all of this automation stuff is much easier to do. There's a lot of monkeys like me, clay monkeys, that can build an automation flow. Like, it's not crazy difficult. There's a lot of people that are great at prompting, but there's no one except you and your company that understands your customer as well, except maybe your customer. And that's the thing that we are lacking. And if you can, with ridiculous precision, describe why an organization out of all of their great software choices chose you, that is the nugget that is missing. Have an absolutely wonderful August 29th at 9:20. I'm headed downtown San Francisco. So if you're in downtown San Francisco, maybe we'll get a coffee today. I'll see you soon, Tomas, and you, Ian. Bye.